We're here for sentencing today. Have you had an opportunity to review the pre-sentence investigation report with your client?
Yes, Your Honor. Oh.
We did, Your Honor.
Thank you. Any corrections, additions, or deletions to be made to it?
No, absolutely not, Your Honor. We are, we really appreciate the recommendation from probation, and we're in full agreement with it. The only thing I guess I would note is I'm not familiar with this program, but I'm also pretty new to Washtenaw County, but Mr. Ellis said he has been attending King of Kings meetings, and that's substance abuse targeted, right?
Yes.
It's at a church, you said.
Yeah.
So I don't know, he said he's gotten to know a group of people there and he really enjoys going there. So I don't know if there's any way we could, you said that's 2 times a week. So if we could substitute that for the AA meetings, or if you could do that in combination, maybe.
I think what it is, and I'm not positive, but some of the AA meetings name themselves special programming names, and that just might be the sessions that he attends, because they have different names for the various sessions that they go to. So it's probably an AA or NA program anyway,
Yeah.
but just name that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Anything from you, Ms. McDuffie, on this?
Yes, Your Honor. The recommendation itself, in terms of the term of probation, everything is fine. I echo the concerns of probation that he is not going to be, or is unlikely to be successful based on what we've seen so far. Even beyond what's in the report, Mr. Ellis was here. We had an extended hearing where he had previously missed 17 tests. And at that time, he did not seem to be particularly coherent. And I think his attorney, who was Mr. Lebo at that time, explained that he was not expecting him to test positive for anything except for THC. The court ordered him to go test within 24 hours. He said that he didn't have any money, but the court reiterated he needed to test within 24 hours. I saw after that point that Mr. Ellis reported to test at community corrections with no money, and therefore he was not able to test, obviously, at that time, and a bench warrant issued. The problem with that is that his attempt to report was on a Friday, after I think possibly a Thursday docket. I don't have the exact dates in front of me. When he was arraigned, though, in custody, that was a Wednesday, and he seemed like he was even more disoriented. He was in medical whites on detox observation by the jail, almost like several days later. That was on the 24th that he was arraigned in custody. And I'm not aware of anybody ever being placed on detox status at the jail and medical observation for THC. So I don't know what was going on with him at the time. But given the underlying case here is about substance use, I appreciate that he was, I guess, honest with the assessor about the substances he has used. But the report also states that he has been clean from all substances aside from prescribed medications for 4 to 5 months. I don't know what the date of that assessment was, to create a scenario where that could possibly be true. So I'm concerned about Mr. Ellis's insight. I'm concerned about what is starting to look like a perpetual state of confusion about pretty much everything. And I don't know about the status of his prescriptions. I know that he was taken off the docket last week or recently because of some additional violations with community corrections. There's a violation, I think, as well, too. So I'm just generally concerned about Mr. Ellis and what it's going to take to get him to comprehend where he is, what he needs to do so that he can adequately address his problems.
Response.
Your Honor, Mr. Ellis has been, I think there's several issues, but I think his mental health has really been poor. I think it is improving. He is working with community mental health. His mom here is a big support to him, Pamela Brown. She did bring me here. She does have full guardianship of Mr. Ellis. So he is on several medications, all prescribed by community mental health. He did tell me that he provided that pictures at the time of doing his sentencing, his probation intake. I did ask if he could send those again. As far as substance abuse, Mr. Ellis does say, except for marijuana, he has been clean lately. He said he'd be willing to submit a test today directly after this. But I do think he's open. I think he himself said he is worried about probation, just being able to accomplish everything, having slip-ups. Maybe, I don't think he's free from substances in that way. So I don't think he would say that either. I think he's very worried about his I guess, his using substances and going forward. So he is open to treatment. He wants to do the Dawn Barnes assessment. I let him know going forward in probation, he absolutely has to test. I know there are some concerns, his mom is his caretaker. She just expressed to me before we came in here, worrying about being able to make the payments for the testing. I think she has limited income and does pay for everything at the moment, but I told her we can work together. Maybe I can refer them to our social work division, but they're gonna have to be able to meet those requirements for testing. And he knows going forward that what will happen if he doesn't meet the requirements of his probation will be severe. So, but he feels pretty confident that he can do it going forward. And I think his mental health is in a much better place. He's doing what he needs to on that. So I think he's in a different place today than he has been in recent months.
What would you like to say, sir? Obviously, I'm very concerned about this. You didn't test as you were ordered and you haven't been testing. And I know you can say you've been clean, but I have no way of knowing that. If you have been testing, we would know that. There's currently a bench warrant outstanding for you right now for failing to test, just like the prosecutor said. What would you like to say?
Nothing really, Your Honor, but I was a little bit confused on when they transferred me from Judge Simpson to this court. But I agree with all the terms, and I will continue testing. And it was more about what I actually needed to do, and this is gonna give me a little bit more closure on what I need to do to finish probation. But I agree with the probation, everything you guys say.
So probation is designed to try to get you the help that you need so you don't end up in this situation again in the middle of the store, argue with someone over a bottle of beer. That's what we're trying to do. But our trying only comes from giving you directions and orders that you have to follow. If you follow them, then you can become a better human being and have a better life. You don't follow them, then you end up in custody, you end up in jail because we think you are a nuisance to society. That's not who you want to be. So you're either gonna comply or you're gonna sit in jail because we're worried that you are gonna be a danger to the world.
Yeah.
You've got a lot that you've gotten yourself into. Sounds like you have some challenges that you've been self-medicating in various ways. And your mom's here trying to help you, but now she's shouldering more of a burden because of that. So I don't know whether you can work or can't work because I keep hearing that mom can't do it. So I don't know if you get assistance. I don't know if payment comes to you in some way, shape, or form. But there should be something, like either you can work and you should be making your own money, or you can't work and there should be an application filed for you to get assistance. So either way, you should be contributing.
Yes, I agree.
Today, I got to figure out whether I think it's good to take this bench warrant off and send it to you as has been recommended, or whether I should just send you over to the jail right now and start this process. What do you think you can do?
I think I can finish probation, definitely. Yeah, I got, opposed to months ago, I got more supporters, that got my back. And I quit hanging around like the crowd that I used to hang around. And I figure that's working a lot better. And my kids are in my corner, and I'm at the house with the kids. And yeah, they're very supportive too.
I don't normally do this, but mom is here and she raised her hand. What would you like to say, ma'am? Please step up to we'll get a microphone for you, okay?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
My son is not a bird. He's my son. And I'm going to stick with him through thick and thin. He has a support. and he's not a burden financially. What it is a Social Security he's denying, so it's a appeal. So he can have his financial help. What I said to the attorney was that it was hard to get the $12 because I usually DoorDash and make sure, you know, things he can pay for the things. And it's not, I don't believe he missed 17 because I know I've been taking him to drunk. But the day that when he got out of jail and I was there, they said to make sure that he had to do it, but the funds wasn't there. I didn't have it. But we were waiting on Social Security. He has dreams.
He has what?
Dreams. You know, he wants to buy a trailer, you know, and be self-sufficient and things like that. And Jordan with community service really helps along with the other people that he has services with. So right now, I think he's on the right track. I believe he is because I'm always there when he goes to his appointments and stuff like that. So I'm solely supporting him. And no, he's not a burden.
All right, ma'am, this is the report that I get from Community Corrections.
Oh,
that
okay.
shows whether he has been testing or not.
Mhm.
And he has missed 17 times.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna be very clear with you and with him as his guardian. If he misses again, I'm gonna put him in jail.
Okay.
So he's got a test. Okay. I appreciate everything you said here. We like to take care of our children, but where he shows up in the world is when he comes before me, and then I gotta figure out what we can do about that, or Ms. McDuffie can do about that. Ms. McDuffie, do you have something else you wanted to say?
I appreciate and I thank Mr. Ellis's mom for being here in support of him and supporting him. I don't think that the court referred to him being a burden as the court didn't refer to him being a burden, right? It's the burden of everything that he has to do, causing additional stress, I think, on everyone else. And I thank her for transporting him to testing and helping out in that way. But I think the issue is that she probably is always there when he goes to his appointments. The problem is when he doesn't. And I don't know to what extent she knows when he calls in and is told today is your day to report to test, or how often she knows when he is expected to report versus him coming to her and relaying that and saying, I need a ride to go test today. It's not her responsibility, right? It's his. But I just wanted to make sure that she understood, and the court already gave her the report, how that process works. And she may not be aware of the full extent of his requirements in that way. That's all.
So I'm gonna follow a recommendation. It's a sentence of this court that you serve 365 days in the Washtenaw County Jail. You're gonna get credit for 5 days that are served. The balance of that time, 360 days, it's gonna be suspended. What that means is if you do what you're supposed to do, you don't have to go back to jail. You mess up and you're looking at 360 days. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have 7 days for a total of 56 hours of, I'm gonna change that. You have, you have 3 days for a total of 24 hours of community service, 18 months of probation, fines and court costs in this particular case. I'm trying to make this something that you can do, given your limitations. So I don't want to set you up for failure. But when you don't do it, I will put you in jail. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
So do it,
Okay.
okay? Fines and court costs in this case for a total of $275. $30 per month in probation oversight fee. Complete an assessment at Don Farm and follow all the recommendations. Sign a release of information for your probation officer and schedule an assessment within 48 hours of this sentencing. You must attend the MAD Victim Impact Panel within 45, well, I don't think we don't need that. Is there any part of what I said today you don't understand, sir?
No.
Okay. Serious, looking you eye to eye. do what you gotta do,
Yeah,
okay?
yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, sir. You're all set. You need to contact the probation department within, tomorrow after 9 o'clock. Unless, is that Mr. or Mr.? Ms. Straub, are you able to have him sign his report today, perchance? Or no, she probably doesn't have it. All right, contact the probation department after 9 tomorrow. Yes, Ms. Straub.
That would work best, Your Honor, if he calls us tomorrow after like 10, because I will be in late tomorrow morning.
Okay, after 10 o'clock tomorrow, do you have the phone number? You can give it to them. Do you still have it, Miss?
I've got it.
All right, please give it to him so he can call tomorrow after 10 o'clock, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Good luck to you both.